So your network is your net worth. We have talked about networking for many times in our previous videos, but this video is special as I've got someone next to me who actually is a testament of how to do networking as an international student in Australia. So I would like to introduce today to Vaibhav. He is an amazing person who I've just met for second time actually, not the first time. So I met him in the past, but he managed to get me to come and have a chat with him about his espresso exchanges that he does on LinkedIn as a part of his way of learning and also sharing his information regarding networking. So I will pass it on to Vaibhav now to introduce himself a little bit to our audience. Maybe they don't know much about yourself at the moment, so please go ahead.
Hey everyone, my name is Vaibhav Kashyap and I've been in Australia for almost 3 years now. I come from Ludhiana, Punjab, India. And I studied Bachelor's of Artificial Intelligence from Deakin University. I graduated last year, so it's been 1 year since I've graduated and I'm still, out and about networking, talking to people, trying to, find my own footing in the industry and trying to find the best opportunity for me where I can be myself and make a difference. And as Sam mentioned before, I started a thing called Espresso Exchanges where I meet different individuals, talk to them. It's a way of networking that I found myself. I document the whole conversation and I post about it on LinkedIn every week on Wednesdays, 8 a.m. sharp. And check out my LinkedIn if you want to follow hashtag Espresso Exchanges. And I meet different people. It's not just people who have made it, not just people who are at a management position. I meet people like myself who have graduated and trying to, get their perspective. I meet people who are students, not just international students, but also domestic students, trying to get their perspective. What they are doing different that I haven't done, what I'm doing different that they haven't done. And, building that personal and professional growth as I go along.
Sure. Yeah, no, that was great. Thanks for that introduction. And we'll put the link of your LinkedIn account in the description box below for anyone who is keen to check out what Vaibhav does on his LinkedIn account. So we'll start talking about why do you think is networking important for international students in your perspective?
I'll tell you a story. So think about it in this way. When you're back home in your own country, not just India, anywhere, wherever you are from, whoever the audience is watching, your family has made that network for you. So whenever you have to go somewhere, like your dad says or your mom says, oh, I know this person who can do stuff for you. Oh, I know this person, you can go to them and they'll solve that problem for you. But when you're here in Australia, not just Australia, anywhere in the world you're watching this from, you're on your own. You're making that life from the scratch. You're going out there and you're trying to figure out stuff on your own. And networking is a way to build that community, that network of people that you know that can help you and you can help them as well. It's not just going to a person and asking for a job, which is a lot of international students do. It's about knowing them. It's making that relation with them and then, thriving on that relation in a long run so that you can help them in a long run and they can help you. So I feel like that's why networking is important, especially for international students, to find that culture, to get used to that culture, to, meet people, to know people, and to basically feel like you belong here.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's great example of like how networking can help you in your career as well. In terms of like how to do it, I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. And seems like, Vaibhav have figured out a way of doing it because he managed to get me to come and have a, network session with him, let's say.
Yeah.
So he knows a lot about how to do it as well. So if you have to give some, like, let's say step-by-step instructions on what international students can do to build their network, especially those who have got no one here or, they have got no friends or, family members here, what would you suggest or what steps would you suggest for them?
Okay, so a lot of people think that networking is just going to those fancy events, networking events where you have to meet industry professionals. Yes, it is a part of it, but talking to people, not just, at a management position or people who are in an industry working somewhere, it's also talking to your friends. It's also talking to people you work with and your casual or your part-time jobs. It's talking to people just walking around the road. If you see someone, talk to them. That's networking. So this is what I started thinking about when I think of networking, that, I'm networking every time I talk to someone. And that changed my perspective. And then to start with, for international students, I'd recommend whatever university you're studying at, it'll have a talent board and it'll have a work integrated learning or something like that helps you, get jobs. And every university has their own networking events as well. For example, I can only quote Deakin because I studied Deakin. Deakin has Deakin Talent. They do their employer showcase every trimester 1 and 2, where all the industry professionals, all the big companies come in and then you have the opportunity to talk to them. And a lot of people just talk to industry professionals. You got to talk to other students as well. You need to make that community so that you can push each other.
Yeah.
And you need to talk to the people who are organizing it as well, so that they know who you are. All right. So next time you go there, you see them. Oh, this is Vaibhav. I've met him before. How are you? How have you been? Like similar to our story, right? We met through what Study Melbourne's and Intern Matches event, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Study Melbourne is a good platform as well in Melbourne, and Intern Match is excellent as well. So I met him at an event at Study Melbourne. I had a brief conversation with him, and I just told him, hey, this is what I do, and here's my LinkedIn. Let's stay connected, and I'll reach out to you soon. A lot of students, what they do is they don't follow up. You have to follow up, because a lot of people think that, oh, I'll sound desperate. You are desperate.
Yeah.
Do it. See, the worst thing that's going to happen is they won't reach out to you, or they're going to say no. So you're not taking a step back. You are where you are if they say no. It's not like I'm going to, yes, I might get a bit disheartened in the start, but then you get used to it.
Yeah.
That, okay, people have their own life. They just don't want to meet you. That's fine.
Yeah.
There are 7 billion people in the world. If one's not meeting me, I can meet others.
That's it. That's
Right?
not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, exactly. And if they say yes to meeting you, it's a step up. So there's nothing to lose.
So yeah.
And that's the perspective I want every international student to have, to just go out, cold message people on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, get on LinkedIn. It's one of the most underutilized platform out here in Australia to grow your professional network. Go on LinkedIn, find emails of recruiters, not just recruiters, people. Email them. Tell them that, hey, I researched about them. I researched about you. This is what I really like, what you've been doing in the industry, or I really like what you've been doing with your YouTube channel. And I want to meet you for like a 30-minute conversation. There would be no person in the world who doesn't have a 30-minute in a week to meet you. Not this week, maybe next week. Anytime in the whole year, they will take out 30 minutes for you if you're consistent. So that's my advice. Just put yourself out there and just let this thing unfold in front of you, and there would be no going back.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think I really like the fact that you follow up.
Yeah.
From my personal experience, I saw like Vaibhav, followed a couple of times with me to, are you interested in still catching up? Are we catching up? Because I couldn't make it in the first, time we were planning to catch up. So yeah, he followed up, I think. And if he didn't follow up, I wouldn't go back, right? That's a simple thing. He did. And that's what it tells you, that the person is keen to catch up. And if you do that on a regular basis, maybe as I said, Vaibhav said, there are few people who might not be able to catch up for whatever reason. There'll be a lot of people who will say yes to that. You will be so you'll be amazed to know that there'll be so many people available to catch up with people who have intentions to catch up. If like Vaibhav have intentions to catch up with me and he really wants to learn, he will follow up again, and I'll be like, yeah, this guy actually seems like, he wants to catch up and do the right thing. So yeah, I'll reply to him at least. If I can't make it this week, maybe we'll next week, sometime. Okay, so LinkedIn is something important. We all know that. How can students utilize that as a platform? What can be something that you can advise students on in terms of LinkedIn? How can they use it? Because like you mentioned earlier when we had a conversation, people I don't know what to post there. Yeah. So can you give advice on that?
Yeah, 100%. With LinkedIn, I feel like you just need to get on the platform. I know a lot of people feel anxious seeing other people doing stuff, and they start comparing themselves with others and like, oh, he's getting everything that I have dreamt of. Oh, he's getting that job. Oh, he's doing that certification. And I'm not doing anything. And they get stressed, they get anxious, and then they just delete it on LinkedIn. I just say, just stay on it. Keep this in your mind that everyone has their own journey. What matters at the end is you're getting where you want to. Let's say I'm doing something and I get to it in 1 month. You're doing something, might take you a bit long, we get there in 6 months.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we are there where we want to be.
Yes.
So this is the perspective that I want you to keep in mind when you join LinkedIn. Do stuff, post about things. And when you said what a lot of students ask me what to post about, it doesn't have to be those fancy certificates and those glorious jobs that you get, for students at least. I read something in my assignment and that intrigued me and it changed my perspective. Post about it.
Yeah.
And you met someone and you had a conversation, like I met Sam today and I had the conversation. I'm going to post about it, and then I'm going to tag him, and I'm going to tell people that this is what we talk about and this is what I like the most of the conversation. And you can make anything on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And until and unless it is at a professional front, you can post about anything on LinkedIn. And I have experimented with a lot of things as well, trying to figure out what to post, what not to post. And it doesn't take that long to do a certificate as well. It doesn't take that long to meet people as well. It doesn't take that long to go to networking events as well.
Yeah.
It's just the willingness and how much you're, driven to go out and make it happen.
Right.
So take it easy, I know it's a big platform. There's a lot of people who have been doing the long.
Sure.
Take it easy. Find your own grounding. See what works for you, and go from there.
Sure. And in terms of because I teach international students on a regular basis, and I think LinkedIn is, as you said, is one of the most underutilized platform comparing to Instagram, TikTok, where a lot of students go out to have fun and entertain themselves. But LinkedIn is where you can post yourself. You can share your stories. You can share your personal, professional stories. Like for example, you learn something in the class. I always tell, because I teach social media marketing, I tell students, what did you learn about today? You learn about personal branding, for example. Talk about it, like what I have learned and what I will look forward to change in my personal life to make my personal brand stand out, whether it's on LinkedIn or somewhere else. So I think that's an important, sharing your stories, basically what you're doing every day or learning every day. That's what you can post on.
100%.
Sure. Any other tips you have for international students who are either coming to Australia or, especially for those maybe who are about to graduate and they're looking for jobs, if you would have any specific tips for that?
Just be patient.
Yeah.
Patience is the key, and be resilient as well. Don't give up. I just want to tell you that things are going to get hard, and when they do, just remember why you're here. Just keep your goal in your mind, and just keep visualizing that goal in your mind that, this is what I want, and be resilient. Don't give up. Have a little bit of patience, and things will start falling into place. And keep an open mind. Talk to people. Go out there. It's a new country. Just don't stick to your books, because that's not all you're here for. You're in a new culture, you're in a new country, you have so much to explore. Go out there, not just Australia, wherever you are, just explore the country itself, talk to people, see what they eat, see what they like, and then, that will also help you to grow professionally and personally both. And it has helped me, and it will help you for sure. That's my advice.
Sure, that's a great advice. I must say that, we've been talking about, in other videos as well about the how the things should be, but I think you have put together all those words really well. Now, I know it's spontaneous, but do you have any story that you would like to share? Maybe an interesting story from your life as a student in Australia. It could be regarding work, studying, life, or maybe catching up with people, anything. I know I'm putting you under pressure, you're like, I don't have right away the story, but maybe you have a little story that you would like to share that might give students maybe a laugh, maybe something to inspire for or learn from.
I don't know if it's a story or not, but one of the things that affected me most when I moved here was the biggest cultural shock that everything closes at 5. So I was thinking, when we come, especially from me, coming from India, where things are open till 11 or 12 on weekdays and everything, I came here and I thought, okay, I'll have a good lunch or good dinner at Chatston Shopping Centre, and I'll go there. And then at around 4:30, I opened Google to see, okay, what's the best way to go there, and using public transport and everything. And I saw it closes at 5. I'm like, what am I going to do with my lunch now? Because that was the whole plan. I was catching up with my friends and everything, and I was new in the country. So that was a bit of a shocking revelation that everything closes at 5. So plan your day accordingly and just make sure wherever you're going, check the times before you leave your home, because things close so early here. Because I've seen this, Australia is like the early morning country where people start their days at 7 and ended at after 3, 4, 5, which is bizarre because we started there at 12. I woke up at 1 and I was like, all right, because you're in a new country, you're still trying to figure out your way. And I went out and I'm like, oh, everything's closed. What's the point? And I felt so weird. But I got used to it as you go. So all I'm going to say is just research wherever you're going. Just go on Google or whatever browser you use, and just make sure you're having exact times of where you want to be, because this has happened to me multiple times. When I make a plan, I reach there and the place is closed.
It happens. No, that was great. Now, thanks for that. I appreciate, first of all, taking your time, as well as, give some advice to our students as well, our audiences. I'm sure they'll learn a few new things. And I'll hope to catch up with you again soon. We can do another video if our audience wants us to do it.
100%. I'm more than happy. Thank you so much again for coming in, taking out time from a busy day. I know it's a Sunday, but it's still a big commitment. I really appreciate it, and hopeful that I'll catch up with you soon, someday else, and maybe I'll have better stories next time.
Sure, no problems. You did an amazing job, by the way. So I'm sure audience will like it. So please leave a comment about what your thoughts are. And as I said earlier, we'll leave a link of Vaibhav's LinkedIn account in the description box below. So feel free to check out what he does. As I said, he's doing amazing job over there. As a student, he's an inspiration to many international students. So that's where we'll probably end our video for the day, and hope to catch up with you soon. Let us know what are your thoughts on the video and about the content and everything else in the comment section below. Thank you, and see you in the next one.